Hello, and welcome to this homework help video. Today, we're going to be making a line equation from a graph using slope-intercept form. Now, what is slope-intercept form, you might ask? Well, excellent question. I've somewhat sloppily written it right here. Hopefully, you have learned by now that y is equal to mx plus b, where m, as you see here, is the rise over run, also known as the slope of the line. And B, right, B is the y-intercept. Okay, so here's our first question. We have this line right here. Okay, so for the first question is, what is the slope? What is the slope? Well, what is m? So we come down here and we look. We have this right here, and we can easily see that it starts here at -50 and goes up to 50. Those are 2 points that we know, right? -50 on the y-axis, 50 on the x-axis. So let's use this equation. What's the rise over the run? So for the 2 points that we know these two, right? So from this point to this point, how much did it go up? How much did the line go up? Well, since it starts at -50 and goes up to 0, right? 0 on the x, then the rise, right, is 50. Okay? And likewise, how much did it run? How much did it go along the x-axis? So starting from here over to here. What's this distance, right? Well, as you can see, that's also 50, which is equal to 1, right? Okay, so now we have y equals m, which is equal to 1, x plus b. What is the b? Well, this is simply where does the line cross the y-axis? And we kind of discussed this already. Right here at -50. So b is equal to -50. So, excuse me. So we come up and let's write the final equation, right? So we have y equals, m was 1, right? So we can, when you're writing these things like this, if m is 1, you can leave it out because it's assumed. So we have x because there's a 1 there. And then plus b is -50. So let's see if this is correct. Should be. It is. Fantastic. Okay. So let's do it again. All right. So let's start where we started last time. What is the slope of this line? Well, we see that it looks like here's where it crosses the the y-axis. Here's where it crosses the x-axis, okay? So how much does that go up? Well, since this crosses the x-axis, right, we can, from -1 to 0, it goes up 1. And how far does it go over? Well, that also goes over 1. That's a bad one. Here we go, 1, which is equal to 1. So what is the slope, or excuse me, what is the y-intercept? What is b? Well, where does it cross the y-axis? Crosses right here. So b is equal to -1. So let's write out the equation. y is equal to x minus 1. Okay, so let's see if that's right. Again, it should be. Superb. So this one should go a little bit faster because we see what's happening here, right? Okay, so what is the slope of this line? Well, how much does this go up? Well, that goes up 60, right? So the rise for our slope is 60. What about the run? How far does it go to the right? Well, as you can see also here, it's 60. So, conveniently, it's still 1. Whereas across the y-axis, negative 60. Fantastic. So we have y is equal to x minus 60. Fantastic. Now this one's a little bit more interesting, isn't it? Erase this here. So what do we think is going to happen here? How do we determine the slope intercept form of this line? Well, it's the same way. It's just a little bit more complicated. But so this time, let's start with B. So where does it cross the y-axis? Well, as hopefully you can see, B crosses the y-axis at 0. So B is equal to 0. Okay, so with that information, let me erase that here. With that information, what is the slope of the line? What is this? What is M? So this, you have to look at it a little bit closer because it doesn't explicitly show it to you like it did last time. Okay, so how you do this is you find two places on the slope where you know the point. One, we know the point right here at 0, 0. We know that when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So then what we do is we go along this very line looking for a place where we know exactly where the slope is. You might think this is a half and 3, and it might be, but it's hard to tell. So we can't use that. We need to know where for certain it is. So we keep going along the lines, and then we come up to here. It looks perfect, right? At y is equal to 7 and x is equal to 1, the line perfectly touches one of the dots on the grid. That gives us knowledge of what to do. So, and then it's quick and easy. So how much did it go up? Well, it went up 7. How much did it go over? It went over 1, which is equal to 7. So then, if we construct this equation, we have y is equal to 7, because that's m, x, and then plus 0. So we can just leave that off, because that's what b is. Now I just want you to see this. Remember earlier when I said that this looks like 1/2? 1/2 and 3, x is equal to 1/2, y is equal to 3. Well, knowing the slope is 7 actually shows that this does not equal 1/2. In fact, it's 3/7. You can put that in your calculator and you'll see that that does not equal 1/2. Thus, just to be sure you're doing it right, you need to make sure that where you choose your rise over run, you know for certain where that is. Okay? So just to close things out here, let's put this in here. Y is equal to 7x. Fantastic. All right, guys, I hope you learned. I hope you learned how to do this. If not, You can watch it again. I also recommend trying this last question here. Uh, I, I think it'll be very helpful to do so.